On a remote Scottish island, 3 men vanished without a trace. The table was set, the clock stopped, and the sea whispered secrets no one could hear. This is the story of the Flannan Isles Lighthouse Keepers. December 1900. In the harsh, unforgiving waters of the North Atlantic, the Flannan Isles stand like ancient sentinels against the endless sea. On the largest of these islands, Eilean Moor, a brand new lighthouse had been erected, a beacon of safety in a treacherous ocean. Its keepers were Thomas Marshall, a seasoned seaman, James Duckett, a family man with 4 children, and Donald MacArthur, a tough, experienced mariner. They were professionals, men who understood the raw power of the sea. But in the final days of the year, they would become the heart of a mystery that has endured for over a century. Our story begins with their isolation. Imagine being one of 3 souls on a tiny speck of rock, miles from civilization. The men's job was to keep the light burning, a monotonous yet vital task. They lived and worked together in close quarters, their lives dictated by the rhythm of the tides and the turning of the lamp. They were diligent, recording every detail of their work in the official logbook. But as December progressed, the entries started to change. They became strange. The logbook, later recovered, contained chilling descriptions. Thomas Marshall, the principal keeper, wrote of winds the likes of which he had never seen. He described James Duckett as being very quiet, and Donald MacArthur, the strong man, had been crying. This was utterly out of character for these hardened sailors. What could possibly reduce a man like MacArthur to tears? The most bizarre entry spoke of a severe storm that had been raging for days, trapping them inside the lighthouse. Yet, weather reports from the surrounding area and nearby ships showed nothing but calm seas. The storm they described simply didn't happen. The logbook's final entry was incomplete, ending abruptly on December 15th. It read, "Storm ended, sea calm. God is over all." After that, silence. The alarm was first raised on December 15th, when a passing ship, the Archtor, noted that the Flannan Light was out. But due to bad weather, the relief vessel, the Hesperus, couldn't reach the island until Boxing Day, December 26th. What Captain Jim Harvey and his crew found was not a scene of disaster, but one of eerie, unsettling stillness. The island was deserted. They fired a flare and blew the ship's whistle, but there was no response. Joseph Moore, a relief keeper, was sent ashore alone to investigate. As he climbed the steep steps to the lighthouse, an overwhelming sense of dread washed over him. He found the entrance gate and the main door both closed. Inside, the kitchen was tidy but peculiar. A meal of salted mutton and potatoes was laid out on the table, seemingly untouched. An overturned chair lay on the floor, as if someone had jumped up in a hurry. The clocks in the lighthouse had all stopped at the same time. The keepers' beds were unmade, and their oilskin coats, their essential protective gear against the Atlantic weather, were gone. Only one set, belonging to Donald MacArthur, remained. This suggested 2 men had gone out into the elements, and a third had followed in a panic, without even grabbing his coat. But where did they go? The landing stage on the western side of the island showed significant damage. A supply box had been smashed, its contents scattered. Iron railings were bent and twisted, and a huge block of stone, weighing over a ton, had been dislodged. The official inquiry, led by Superintendent Robert Muirhead, concluded that the men had likely gone down to the western landing during a break in the storm to secure a crane. A massive, unexpected rogue wave, born from the depths of the Atlantic, must have swept over the cliff, washing all 3 of them into the sea. This theory seemed plausible. It explained the damage to the landing and why their bodies were never found. The churning, frigid waters would have made survival impossible. This explanation accounted for the physical evidence, but it didn't satisfy everyone. It couldn't explain the strange logbook entries. Why would they write about a phantom storm? Why was MacArthur crying? And why would three experienced keepers all venture out together, against regulations, leaving the lighthouse completely unmanned? The overturned chair, the untouched meal, the stopped clocks, these details fueled public imagination and gave rise to countless other theories. Some speculated about foul play. Perhaps a fight broke out among the keepers. The isolation and stress of the job could have pushed one of them over the edge, leading to a tragic confrontation. Maybe one man went mad, killed the other two, and then threw himself into the sea. But there were no signs of a struggle inside the lighthouse, and the men were known to be on good terms. Others suggested foreign spies or even pirates, but there was no motive and no evidence to support such claims. Naturally, the unexplained nature of the event led to more fantastical theories. Ghost stories and local legends began to swirl around the mystery. Some believed the men were abducted by a sea serpent or a giant bird, as described in Old Gaelic folklore. Others claimed they were taken by aliens, their vessel hidden beneath the waves. One popular theory even suggested the men had arranged their own disappearance, starting a new life somewhere else. But leaving their families and duties behind seems unlikely for such dedicated keepers. Decades later, the mystery of the Flannan Isles continues to fascinate us. Modern analysis has largely supported the rogue wave theory. Meteorologists now understand that waves of monstrous size can appear out of nowhere, even in relatively calm seas. It's possible the men saw the damage to their equipment and, underestimating the ocean's volatility, went to secure it. The overturned chair could simply mean one man stood up quickly to answer a call from outside. The untouched meal might just be a coincidence of timing. As for the logbook, some believe the entries were fabricated later to add drama to the story, while others think the psychological strain of their isolation led to a shared delusion. But no theory can ever be proven. The only three people who knew the truth were lost to the sea. The Flannan Isles Lighthouse still stands today, now fully automated. It shines its light across the dark waters, a lonely monument to an unsolved mystery. The wind still howls, the waves still crash, and the island keeps its secrets. The story of Thomas Marshall, James Duckett, and Donald MacArthur serves as a haunting reminder of the power of the ocean and the fragility of human life in the face of nature's immense and unpredictable force. Thanks for joining us on this journey into one of history's most chilling maritime mysteries. If you found this story as captivating as we do, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more tales from the unexplained. See you next time.